Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early November 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cancerians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My gods and spirit team, talk to me about the Cancerians, please. As we're in the early part of Scorpio season. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cancer. Please, my gods, talk to me. What's happening with my friends? What's going on? All right, nice and quick. Only took 2 shuffles. Okay, so this to me is a very interesting card because it could speak about the unknown, but it's also very, very spiritual. If you look at the symbolism there, this is very deep, and it reminds me of the Hierophant in a way. So maybe that is some Taurus energy around you. But before we fully dive into it, there's a lot for us to unpack. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So we see here there's this individual that is wearing a hoodwink, a blindfold. Notice that there's all these different emblems of spirituality in gold. So this card does allude to somebody not looking at the material aspects of life, but more about the spiritual, unseen, subtle energies, which could be a mode a lot of you are in. This is a very good time or important time to connect to spirituality in whatever form it speaks to you the best. I do like this card a lot. Now, the fact that this person is blindfolded does speak to a little bit of mystery, so we'll see how that shows up within the reading itself. Maybe there's things coming at you, you don't quite know everything, don't quite know all the facts. Such is life, right? We're always dealing with the hidden and the unexpected. But there is this Hierophant energy that sticks to this card as well. So there's something about your regular schedule, your day-to-day life, where people or things that have been in your life for a very long time. There's some sort of importance with this card. But yeah, there is that little energy of the spiritual holding a very important place right now. So if that's not something you've been focusing on, if you've been hyper-focused on what's happening in your material life, maybe Spirit wants you to go within a little bit and reconnect spiritually to something. But let's leave that right there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright, and we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time here for the Cancerians. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled The Shocking Moment. There was big tower energy in your reading last week. Now, I always say, not all towers are bad. Not all shocks are bad. Sometimes we could get very good towers that come into our life. It's really up to you to discern. So remember, that energy could still bleed over into this coming week. So expect the unexpected, right? Kind of saw little notes of that with this first card. But let's get your first 3 cards out. And as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get it going, though. Let's get 3 for Cancer, please. Early November for my Cancerians. Thank you. All right, 5 of Cups. Not the best way to start, but we'll take it. We'll deal with it. We'll ride with it. 5 of Cups. This could be someone in the feels a little bit. Someone going through something. It could be minor, it could be major. It all depends. Let's get a couple more out here. Switch. Complete switch of the energy. We have the Knight of Cups in the upright. Let's get one more. Okay, because this is very extreme. I've been seeing this with a lot of other signs. I've been getting big extremes of energy here. Page of Swords. So double down on the court cards. There could be a situation or something you're paying a lot of attention to, right, when we have this. So let's go through real quick. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, I obviously noticed the elemental mix that we have going on here. It's very important to see how they play. And the whole top row here is going to be internal energy. We have the double down of the cup energy, which is emotional. We have sword energy, which could be the mind or communication. We have double court cards, which could be people. So as you see, there's a lot of different things and nuance happening here. But let's go through one by one and really start to break it down, because whereas this one's gloomy and sad, this one is the opposite. But one by one, right? Position number 1, the Five of Cups, aka the River of Tears card. Someone's not so happy when this card shows up. Now, I always say with energies and cards like this, it could be on a spectrum. It could be something very minor. Maybe you're going to have a couple gloomy days. Maybe you're a little down in the dumps. This could be depression on a low end, but it could also be on a high spectrum. This could be someone literally tears, crying, upset. Could be anger, could be sadness. It really depends. So we really want to look at this a lot further, okay? A good thing about this card is, though, although this person is feeling like they've lost something, there's a lot of possibility still. There's still cups that are standing up, that are still full. There's things off in the distance. So it's not a complete wash. That's the thing with this card. Like, yeah, there's sadness. There's some sort of yucky feeling here, but it's not a complete wash. Might not feel like it in the moment, so we'll see. Once again, it could be very minor. It could be major. Now, is that energy in regards to the energies we're going to be seeing next? Because we have a lot of internal stuff happening here. When we move to the center, this is where it starts to differ. We have the Knight of Cups. This card often shows up in romantic love readings, right? And you know me, I try to read the whole full spectrum. I don't just focus on the romance aspects, but it could represent you or another water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. In my simplistic style of reading, the clarifier could tell us something that's coming towards you or what you might be feeling. But I love the Knight of Cups energy, whereas this one's sad and gloomy. This one is happy. It's a silky, smooth talker, Prince Charming type of energy, creatively expressive, emotionally expressive. It could talk about offering of one's emotions. It could be communication as well. So there is forward progress here. So going from the Five of Cups into the Knight of Cups can be seen as very good, unless you are having issues in the emotional or romantic realm. But obviously not every Cancerian is. But we move on to another court card. Let's get that Knight back there, and we'll talk about this page. So when it comes to pages in tarot, as far as court cards go, this represents new and youth. So this could be someone that's a little less mature than you in one way or another. This could be an air sign that you're linked to. So think Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The Page of Swords is interesting. This is also a communicator. So we do have communication, talking, messages happening with the Knight and the Page. But with this page, it is very defensive. So you might be skeptical about someone or something. You might feel like you're on the defensive, like, hey, I got to watch what I say, or I can't really express how I feel. This page is also the watcher of the tarot deck. I'm sure you've heard it. Whenever the Page of Swords shows up, it's somebody watching something. So whether it's a situation, whether it's a person, maybe you're under someone's microscope where they're watching your moves or keeping tabs. Okay, maybe there's someone or something you're keeping tabs on. That's a big possibility with this page. There's also some strategy here. I always think that when I get like Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, there's like planning. So we're really going to have to see how this all plays out, because with the way it's going, with the way it's flowing, I hope this isn't two people at odds, but there is a lot of communication to be had. And when there's a lot of court cards, it's a lot of other people's energy that could be affecting you in this time. So just know that. The energy of others could be affecting you in a lot of powerful ways. But we really need to dive deeper on all this, Cancer. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and reset the deck. See what's happening for the Cancerians, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with that Five of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Cancer, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Let's see why that Five of Cups is here, though. That's what I really want to see. And I want to get to that page, too. Who's watching what? Thank you. Another page. Someone wants to talk to you here. We have the Page of Pentacles in the upright earth sign energy. So now we're getting like a whole family unit showing up here, Cancer. The Page of Pentacles, similarities with the Page of Swords, that's for sure, but this one's different. And when I see it underneath the Five of Cups, it does say somebody really might want to vent or get something off their chest. Maybe for some of you, that's it. If you're going through tough times or dealing with big emotions, you might need to have an emotional talk or a venting session of some sort. And there's like 3 cards of people that might need some sort of communication. So we're going to see what that could be about as we move through the reading. Now, the Page of Pentacles also represents new. So maybe you're trying to find a new path, maybe you're wanting to go a new route or learn a new thing, and there's some troubles, there's some delays or pain with that, because this is a very slow moving type of energy, but it is studious. We're going to really have to see how this goes, but there is somebody that wants to talk, right? Whether it's you wanting to say something, say your piece, or somebody else. Like, that's just being repeated in my head over and over and over again, because when we go with double pages and a night, like, it's all there. It's like, all right, something needs to be said. So whether it is an important talk or a serious one or an emotional one, it really depends on what shows up as we go out throughout the rest. Now, we have almost every element in the zodiac out here. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the fire court cards pop out at this time, but let's just keep moving. I don't want to get too caught up here and hung up. I feel like the message there is very simple. Now, for some of you, whatever it is you may be going through or processing, suppressing it is not the way to go. That's a big thing here in the front end. You need to release or speak it, let it out. So let's go in on that Knight of Cups, see what he has to say about this. I mean, elementally, this is good. That's why it gives me good feelings with water and earth. That's a good elemental mix. So let's see why that Knight of Cups is here for you. Where's that Knight of Cups here? Thank you. Yeah. All right, this feels good to me. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. It is one of my favorite cards in the whole entire tarot deck. It is karmic, so that is something to keep in mind. So maybe this is like some sort of karmic connection to someone that you have had. Doesn't have to be. Now, the wheel, to me, yes, it's a good luck charm. So for a lot of you, there could be some sort of change or shift that comes in very suddenly that is for your benefit. So if this is a mode you're stuck in, if you're feeling this up there and you do vent it, speak it, talk it, this is beautiful energy. You could have something big coming in. Now, I want to see if this, I could label this a winner or victory. That's absolutely possible. But whenever the wheel is there, especially under a card that could represent you, it is talking about a change or a shift in your favor, and it could come out of nowhere. It could come in very suddenly or surprising. So just know, for a lot of Cancerians, whatever situations you're going through, whatever things or problems, or even if you're going through a quiet time, not so rough, this speaks of sudden, possible, really good changes here. This is your luck charm, okay, when we have this. Could be in relationships. It could be a lot of different things. Now that we're getting a broader elemental look here. But I love this right in the center because it's like upgrading. It's better than what we have here. But we still have this page on the back end that we need to take a further look at, because this page is watching on. Like all the stuff that's happening over here, this progress, this move, the shifting and changing, this page is keeping tabs. So let's see what that page has to say. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is that Page of Swords here? I'm hoping a lot of you are progressing and things are getting better. That's a big possibility. So what's that Page of Swords doing? Oh, quick. That card popped out super, super quick. Okay. If you're wondering if anybody has changed their feelings or changed their mind, I'm going to say that's a big no when we have the Two of Pentacles here. Now, this is a very positive card of balance and harmony, and I do still feel like there could be someone keeping tabs on a lot of Cancerians in this time, but at a distance. And when I see the Two of Pentacles, it's like somebody waiting on things to mellow out. It's like, okay, I'm going to wait on this to calm down. I'm going to wait on this to mellow out. Then maybe I'll approach. But I just have to tell you, I've been getting this since the beginning. Like this page, there is somebody that could be watching you or keeping tabs on you, and they're just waiting on the right moment, waiting on things to be mellow before something is said or there's an approach. That's a big vibe I'm picking up. Now, Two Pentacles is very balanced. It is very nice. It's also universal. Notice it has that infinity symbol all up in there. Sometimes it could speak about juggling things, like juggling responsibilities. So there could be somebody who's juggling a lot of thoughts in their head. That's big here, especially if someone's watching on. It's like, all right, well, are they in this mode or are they sad or are they happy? It's like one of those, like juggling thoughts. So try your best not to overthink in this time. But the main vibe I was picking up is, yeah, there is somebody keeping tabs. There is somebody watching the progress and waiting on the right time to make an approach. Now, whether that's something you want or something you don't want, that's really up to you to decide. I'm just telling you how the energies lay out here to me, right? Well, where this one is a little more open than the one on the back end. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, Cancer, because I feel a lot of distinct energies happening here, and for a lot of you, there could be good things coming up this week, that's for sure. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the 5 of Cups with the Page of Pentacles in the upright. So getting something off one's chest, whether this is someone that wants to talk to you, maybe you want to have a talk with someone. There's a lot of messengers and speakers and talkers here. So I could say that's good. Now, for a portion of you, you might be having a little difficulty with a new path, whether it's a new job or a new connection or whatever it might be, wanting to learn something new. It's like, yeah, why is this taking so long to launch, or why am I having so much difficulty with this? But in the center, it changes. It changes very suddenly because this immatured energy starts to boom, finally progress, where we have this sudden shift, good luck charm right in the mix. So for a lot of you, the different situations and things that you're going through could change surprisingly or unexpectedly for the better. As we get to the back end, though, there could be somebody watching your journey. Okay, there could be somebody keeping tabs because we have the Page of Swords with the 2 of Pentacles here in the upright. Sure, it could be somebody juggling thoughts in their mind, like, oh, are they happy or are they sad? I don't know, I can't tell. But to me, the thing it felt like is, yes, this is someone watching and keeping tabs, but they're waiting on the right time or waiting on things to mellow out before an approach is made. So that's just all over this spread. So you could take that however you want, whether that's something you want or you don't. So please take a screenshot. Let's get you a shadow card now. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of positivity here. The fact that we have the Knight of Cups, which is one of your cards, with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, that's beautiful energy. So let's see what's in the shadows for Cancer. And I always like to do this at the very end, so whether it's something within you, something you don't quite see, it's a nice thing to do. Okay? And it doesn't always have to be a challenge, so let's see what's in the shadows here. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. Adding a new tier in there, so anyone that wants the Zodiac emojis and the membership badge, it's only a couple bucks a month, so obviously no pressure. Let's get you a shadow card here. What's up with Cancerians, please? Thank you. That came out quick. Yeah, I mean, very common. I mean, I feel like I've had this for you in recent weeks as well. We have this 10 of Swords energy that's in the shadows. And normally in a spread, when we get 10 of Swords, it's like, whoa, whoa, watch out, warning, warning, warning. As a shadow card, this plays a little bit differently because the shadows doesn't always show what we're going through at the moment. It shows things that we could still be holding on to. Now, as human beings, we all go through 10 of Swords moments. We all go through losses. We all go through trials and tribulations and different kinds of pain. But the fact that this is showing up in the shadows does say that Spirit is pinpointing for a lot of Cancerians. There's something that hasn't been fully processed yet or progressed through. So if there has been a rough and tough ending, a rock bottom of some kind, or a loss that you've gone through in recent times, or some sort of pain that lingers, now would be a good time for you to really shine a little bit of light on it. You don't have to solve it all in one day, right? This isn't a pain that you have to move on and accept all in one day, but it is something that should be taken, you should take a look at it at the very least, and that's why Spirit has it here. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. You got your name in for the October subscriber surprise. The winners will be in the community tab after this week's Fire and Air readings, but for November, we're bringing back winner's choice. 2 lucky subscribers will get to pick a deck of their choosing up to $40 US. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you think is the most fun? Which one do you have the most fun with? And yeah, after that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of November, I'll pick the winners at random as usual. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.